is admin, and then the password is free NAS, but I already set that up. Okay, so we'll go to systems. So basically this is saying that you have a free NAS, local OS version is 8.2 released. This is my physical server is i7-950, and then how much memory you have, what's the state, uptime basically saying that how long has this server been up for. So it's been for 2 minutes. There's 0 users. So we are gonna actually, before we do this, let's add the storage. So you'll go to storage, volume. We'll go here. Okay, volume. So create volumes. So here, remember we created those 57 gig and then a 27.1 gig hard drives. We could actually stack both of them and rate it. We could have them mirror or striped, but we need to name it first. So we're gonna call this disk 1, and then we are gonna, let's do mirrored. Actually, let's do stripes. I mean, you could do it individually, and then UFS or ZFE. We're just gonna go UFC, or I'm sorry, ZFS. So this thing, existing data will be clear. So okay, so it's creating my RAID right now. This is a software RAID. You can create a hardware RAID, but we're just gonna go with the software RAID right now. So basically I just created a RAID. So I put those total hard drive together. Total I got 71 gigs, and it is healthy. Permission, we go to permission. It's gonna load your permission. So here it's asking me what kind of permission I want to give. The owner has full permission. The group has read and executable, so they can't change anything. Type of ACL, it's Unix. I could change it to Windows if I wanted to. I could give everybody full permission if I want to. We'll just do that for now, and we'll go to save. Okay, we got that done, and let's go to networking. Okay, now we could go VLAN tag, static links, whatever we want to do. So network summary. So it's I have 2 of my IP addresses here. It's a 24-bit network. So I could go. Okay, right here. Remember I told you we're gonna create a load balancer cluster. So we could go a failover, or you could do load balancer. So failover is you have 2 NICs. If NIC A and NIC B. If NIC A breaks down, NIC B will automatically kick in, and then you could still on it. You won't know a difference. And a failover cluster load balancer is basically that's going to be using both of the NICs. So for example, say you have 5,000 users or 10,000 users trying to access that file. So for the load balancer, it's going to split that. So 5,000 will use NIC A, and then the other 5,000 will use NIC B. So there's not too much load on your network. But for this, we're going to use this failover, and then you're going to select whatever NIC. So we only have 0 and 1, so 2 of them. If I had 2 more, remember I told you have option to click select 4 NICs. We could failover cluster those 2, or set up different type of clusters. So we're going to go OK. So we're going to go to edit interface. Interface name, we're going to call this HA, high availability. Is it going to be DHCP, or is it going to be static IP? I mean, you could set it up whatever you want, but we're just going to go DHCP, and then we're going to go OK. Please wait. So right now it's combining both of those NIC into one NIC. So we're going to get one IP address, a new IP address. For this lab, I'm using DHCP, but if you were going to set this out in your business, you do want to use static IP. That just makes it easier. So you don't want your IP address be changing to your storage server where you keep your data and stuff. That's not a good idea. You have the option to config IP6, but we're not gonna do that. I could add an extra if I wanted to. You can have multiple IPs if you want, but we're not going to. This usually takes little time, but I'm gonna cancel this for now. Or taking more than I thought. Let's just set up sorry about that. So welcome back. So we're still at that cluster. So just after that, you just go OK. Say please wait. Okay, so it's done. And the IP it's gonna use is 17 because I told it that use that IP. Alright, so now we got the network set up and we got the storage mounted. So now we have to share. So if you're using Windows, you have to use the CIFS share. Add CFSI share. So for the name, we're gonna call it share to disk 1, and then we're gonna, for permission, we're gonna go allow guest permission, only guest allowed access. Doesn't matter, this is just a test. You could actually do this to set up what kind of permission you want. So we got that set up. But here it gives you the IP address. It's the HTTP. Yup, all these services running. So now you want to go to share, and so we mounted disk 1. We're gonna give everybody permission. So we got that done. Okay, now we could just go to whack share. Sorry, actually I have share set up already, so I'm actually gonna go back to that engine, change that to test, save. We're gonna check if all the services are running. Okay, so we go here. Okay, so here you can name this is where you name your server. It's set up NetBIOS by default is FreeNAS, but we're gonna call it lab. You can call it whatever you want, and we're gonna give full permission to everybody. Make sure you set this up. In order to use this, you have to have that set up. You could use FreeNAS too, but this way, just go whack LAB lab. So okay, so we got everything set up. If you get this message, I went whack lab trying to go into it, but I got this message that I can't have access. So in order to do that, you would need to go to services, controller setting, and CIFS that needs to be on. So you turn that on, and then you go lab. Okay, so there you go. That's the test file we created. So you go property, you can set up permission, whatever. Everybody has permission for it. This is now just a normal folder on the storage server. You do have more options. TFTP, you can set up smart. This, you can also set up Linux on this. It just depends how you want to do it. So thanks for watching this video. Hope you guys see you guys later. Leave comments or anything you guys wanna when we do. Okay, and for my next video I'm gonna be setting up a DHCP server on 2008 R2.